Good evening, I'm Roger, and welcome to NFL Trending, where we break down the stories shaping today's National Football League. Tonight, all eyes are on Cleveland. The Browns have made a bold move, officially announcing Dillon Gabriel as their new quarterback. And while the headlines are already buzzing with excitement, the real intrigue may be coming from the silence of another young star, Shedeur Sanders. His quiet reaction to the Browns' decision has fans and analysts questioning what's really going on behind the scenes. Let's start with the facts. Cleveland's quarterback situation has been unstable for years. Between injuries, inconsistency, and shifting strategies, the Browns have struggled to lock down a long-term answer at the most important position in football. Enter Dillon Gabriel, a talented rookie who's shown poise, accuracy, and leadership in preseason action. Gabriel's arrival marks a new chapter for the franchise, and the front office clearly believes he has the skill set to lead the Browns into a more competitive era. But what about Shedeur Sanders? The Colorado standout and son of Hall of Famer Deion Sanders was widely discussed as one of the most promising quarterback prospects of this generation. With his strong arm, high football IQ, and natural charisma, Shedeur was expected to be in the mix for starting opportunities in the NFL. Many believe the Browns could give him the chance. Yet, when the team chose Gabriel, Sanders' response, or lack thereof, spoke volumes. On social media, Sanders has been noticeably quiet. No congratulatory posts, no public statements, no acknowledgement of Gabriel's promotion. For a player who's never shied away from the spotlight, his silence is being interpreted in different ways. Some see it as a sign of disappointment, others as quiet motivation. The question is, does Sanders still see Cleveland as the place where he can shine, or is he already looking ahead to other opportunities? Let's put this into perspective. In today's NFL, quarterback competition is fierce. Teams are investing in young arms, often putting rookies into starting roles immediately. The Browns clearly see Gabriel as a future franchise cornerstone. Sanders, meanwhile, may have to embrace a backup role, at least for now. And that dynamic can be challenging for any competitor, especially one who's used to being the face of a program. Reports out of Cleveland's camp suggest that Sanders has been professional, showing up to practice, learning the system, and preparing for whatever role comes his way. But the public silence remains. Fans are wondering, is this just patience, or is it frustration? NFL insiders have weighed in. Some argue that Sanders is simply keeping his emotions in check, choosing to let his play do the talking. Others suggest he could be considering long-term options, knowing that other franchises may come calling if he doesn't see the field in Cleveland. After all, quarterbacks who can throw with precision and command respect in the locker room are always in demand. Meanwhile, Dillon Gabriel has embraced the spotlight. His press conference after being named the starter showcased humility and confidence. He thanked the Browns organization, acknowledged the competition, and said he's ready to take on the responsibility of leading the offense. Gabriel's words resonated with fans, many of whom are desperate for stability at the quarterback position. His demeanor signals a readiness that Cleveland hasn't seen in years. For Browns fans, the big question is whether Gabriel can deliver on the field. Cleveland's roster is built to win now. With a strong defense led by Myles Garrett and a solid offensive line, the pieces are in place. What's been missing is consistency at quarterback. If Gabriel can manage the game, protect the football, and make the necessary throws, the Browns could quickly become a legitimate playoff threat. But let's not underestimate Shedeur Sanders' impact. Even if he's not the starter today, his presence matters. Quarterback depth is crucial in the NFL. Injuries happen, slumps occur, and backup quarterbacks often become heroes. Sanders' time could come sooner than expected, and when it does, the spotlight will shift back to him. His ability to stay prepared, stay focused, and seize the moment may ultimately define his career trajectory. The contrast between Gabriel's rise and Sanders' silence is fascinating. One quarterback is stepping into the role with open arms, while the other remains in the shadows, perhaps intentionally. It raises deeper questions about how young players navigate the modern NFL. Do they embrace competition and wait for their turn, or do they look for greener pastures when opportunities seem limited? Let's also consider the Deion Sanders factor. Coach Prime has been vocal about supporting his son's career, always pushing for Shedeur to be respected and given the opportunities he deserves. How Deion reacts to this development could be another storyline to watch. Will he encourage patience, or will he advocate for his son to seek a new team where the starting role is more attainable? From a league-wide perspective, the Browns' decision adds more drama to the quarterback landscape. With multiple young quarterbacks entering the league each year, franchises must make tough choices. Some players thrive when competition heats up, while others struggle to adapt. Gabriel and Sanders represent two sides of that coin, one stepping into the role of starter, the other forced to wait. As we move forward, every action, every comment, and every snap will be scrutinized. If Gabriel struggles, fans may immediately call for Sanders. If Gabriel succeeds, Sanders may fade further into the background. Either way, the Browns have created a storyline that ensures Cleveland will remain one of the league's most watched teams. For now, the silence continues. Shedeur Sanders has not spoken publicly, and perhaps that's the smartest move. In a league where narratives shift daily, sometimes silence is the best way to control your story. But make no mistake, fans, analysts, and front offices across the NFL are paying attention. So tonight, we leave you with this question. Is Shedeur Sanders' quiet reaction a sign of maturity, or is it the calm before a storm? Time will tell. But one thing is certain, the Browns' quarterback room has become one of the most intriguing in the league. Dillon Gabriel may have the job today, but the future of Shedeur Sanders remains one of the biggest storylines to watch. That's it for this edition of NFL Trending. I'm Roger. Thank you for joining us. Stay locked in as we continue to cover every angle, every development, and every headline shaping the NFL. Until next time, keep trending.